What are we doing?
Yeah. Welcome back to the Zephyr Garage. Anyway, today we'll be talking a little bit about what we've done to the motor. Mostly things on top of the motor that were... This is an older motor, runs fabulous, but it's sat for many, many years and has a lot of leaks and dry, crusty gaskets and things like that. And I don't want any leaks at all. So before I put a new pan gasket in it a few months ago, or a month ago, something like that. A new pan gasket, a new rear and front main seal, and also a new oil pump, because I was in there. And if anyone knows anything about getting an oil pan off when a motor's still installed, it's you want to do everything so you don't have to do it again, that's for sure. So anyway, they got all that done, and now we're moving on to fix up the top of the motor. Now again, the motor is a really good runner. Before it had a lot of California emissions, which I've removed because I don't need them in Arizona. And also it just makes the motor was almost, you could not even work on it. There was just pipes and hoses everywhere, and just incredible. So I've really cleaned it up as far as that goes. But also I wanted to take care of the leaks from the top. We had some small leaks. So what I did is I went ahead and while I was in there again, I put a new manifold in it. It's a Edelbrock Performer manifold. It's a pretty standard kind you might find at the auto parts store. So anyway, while I was there, I did that. And put some new wires on, because the other ones were cheap that somebody else purchased, and they came apart when I went to remove them. And so I put the manifold in, used all Fel-Pro gaskets, and then the valve cover gaskets also Fel-Pro, but I used an upgraded Fel-Pro gasket that I really like the design. It's a lot more like a modern gasket, where it has a thick rubber with a metal shim inside, but also the bolt holes have metal, or the metal around them, so you can't crush you can't bend the valve cover by tightening it, so you can get good torque on it without worrying about bending your valve covers right at this point. And it also comes with these little included T-bars, which helps out a lot for distributing the torque of the bolt, so we don't get that deformation of the sheet metal. Anyway, also while we were in there again, we put a new water neck on it, all new grommets on everything, and then the little air cleaner here, because I got a more performance oriented air cleaner, so I no longer does it have a breather hose that goes into the air cleaner, so we've got one of these little gizmos. So anyway, it's running really nice. I think we were able to solve a few more slight vacuum leaks that were giving us kind of occasional erratic idling and stuff like that. So I think it worked out really good. I'm just getting him buttoned up. And then today I went and picked up what I think is a really cool flat black air cleaner for it. I think it's nice. I don't like those cheap looking chrome ones, so that tops it off pretty nicely. That right back on there. Not really fond of the great big white Edelbrock on it, so I just spin it like that. So looking at them, you probably noticed I put these little wood blocks on the wires. It's kind of not exactly a pretty way of doing it, but I'm trying to keep my wires separated so I don't cross lines as much, and have less problems with cross arcing of the spark. So we want to keep them separated as much as possible. So, and being a van motor, nobody's going to be looking at it very often. Hopefully I won't have to take this engine cover off very often. So we're looking for reliability. So anyway, so that's that. A little nut on here. We'll start it up. See how she sounds from the back side. I don't think we've done that yet. She's got a good, nice turnkey. Start up here. If we go around the back, we'll see how it sounds up back. But if you notice, I don't know how much this comes through on the video, but there's very little mechanical noise coming out of this motor, so it leads me to believe that it's in pretty good shape, even though I don't know much about it.
about how old it was. Dead man tell no tales, and the guy who owned it before me did die, so we don't know much about it. Let's go around back and see how it sounds. That classic 350 Chevy sound. So I think it sounds pretty good. And we got our new black tire cover, because that white one looked like a diaper and I didn't like it. So got that on there. So a little bit of progress. We're going to start working on the inside of the van again next. So the next episode will be back inside where we belong, because I need to be buttoned up with all the mechanical work. So hopefully that's good for a while. Okay. So that's about it for now. So I got a new gasket, and then I put it on there and it just came apart just like instantly. So now I'm on the third one here, and so now what pisses me off is I just changed my oil, so I got to drain all my oil that I already had changed back out to put a new plug in and then pour it back in.